Hey guys, it's GameStack Hunter and welcome to my game pickups for the month of June. These are games that have made it into my collection. Not only games, but we have video accessories and consoles and a few other things that made it into my collection this time. The first thing I'm going to show you for my collection is the Game Boy Advance adapter. I decided to hold on to one of these even though I'm not really collecting Game Boy Advance at this point. But I do pick up a lot of them, and sometimes they're not charged and I need to make sure they work. So I finally decided that I'm just going to hold on to one of these, and at some point I'll actually add one to my collection. But if you're going to be a reseller, you should probably start hoarding at least one of these for each console just to make sure they work, because when you buy those handhelds, they never seem to have the cables for them. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to show you is the retro stuff that I got. I actually decided to start collecting retro just a little bit, and the first thing I grabbed and held on to, I got the actual Nintendo 64 that came with this, but I decided not to hold on to that because I come across these a lot. And with these, the serial number doesn't actually match the box, so it doesn't really matter that much, but this box was in such good condition, and I knew that the moment I decided I was really going to get serious about hunting down Nintendo 64 stuff, I'd probably wind up having to buy a box online. So I decided to go ahead and add this to my collection. So I have a box. And the next thing that I added to my collection was a Super Nintendo. I'm sorry, not Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo. And the reason why I decided to hold on to this one was because, number one, I paid $2 for it. And it's not that bad of condition for being what it is. It actually cleaned up really nice. And it had a gnarled up power supply, but I put this one, which I had is in really good condition. I put it in there with it, and then it has two controllers, and then I already have a NES Advantage, so I can use that as well. But the main reason why I decided to hold on to this was because I put a game in it, several games in it, and they fired up like this thing was brand new. And I didn't have to deal with any of that game fiddling around or blowing the carts. So I figured this one was a winner, so I held on to it. And I'm going to start collecting. Now, I'm not going to be one of those guys who collects every single Nintendo game. I do like boxed games, so I'll try to hunt those down. But I'm going to actually just collect the Marios and all the games that I enjoyed playing as a kid, and any other decent games. So this is the beginning of my retro collection. The next thing I'm going to show you is also kind of sort of has to do with the retro stuff, but not really. And it's my X-Arcade stick. And the reason why I kind of sort of associate it is because I can play ROMs with it. And it has a lot. I like the buttons, and these are fun to use on even old Nintendo games. It's kind of like a Super NES Advantage, I guess. This came with the PS2 adapter still in the box, which is good because if you want to get this on a PC, you have to hook up this PS2 adapter to it, and then there's an adapter that goes from PS2 to USB. Now they have a little circuit that I can take this apart and install the USB portion. So I'm probably going to do that. I don't know. It just really depends. But at some point I'm going to go ahead and make a MAME cabinet, and I'll probably find like a $50 cabinet and just build off of it from there. This was great though. I pulled it out. It's a little dusty still, but it has all the the box and everything like that, and the manual. So you see these for sale, but you really don't usually see them with the box and with these brand new. So I'll let you guys know when I start building my MAME cabinet. The next thing I'm going to show you is my original Xbox collection. I do collect the original Xbox, just not a lot. A lot more games are actually backwards compatible on the 360 these days, so I'm kind of expanding my collection on these. The first thing that I got was Mega Man Anniversary, and I was really excited because I'm a big fan of Mega Man, and it's all 10 of them, so I could play that on the Xbox 360. And it actually works really well. I'm gonna have to find another label or paper for it, because this one's got some water damage on it, but the manual and the game are in mint condition, so that's pretty cool. That's why it's going in my collection. The next game is Knights of the Old Republic 2, and the case is in fantastic condition. The game's in really good condition as well, and I'm excited to spend some time playing this. I've heard lots of good stuff about it. Definitely playing that. And there are some other Xbox original Star Wars games that I'm looking for, like Republic Commando. I'll be looking for that this summer. And this game I played a long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. I played it on the original Xbox, and for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out which Star Wars game it was. So it took me a while to figure it out. And when I did, I started looking for it in garage sales, and I just really wanted to play it, so I got tired of it, and I bought it online for $9, brand new sealed, which was a really good deal, until 2 days later, I bought this at a garage sale for $1. So it's not a loss though, and the reason being is that I'm going to put this in my shelf, and it's going to stay sealed forever, and I can play this as much as I want and not care about the condition of the disc. As long as it plays, that's all that really matters. So, and then at some point maybe I can even give it away to someone as a gift or something. Who knows when I'm done with this game. But this is a really fun Star Wars game if you get a chance to play it. The graphics really aren't that bad. They use movie clips, which is kind of cheese, but not too bad. Definitely a fun game. I'm gonna play it all the way through and beat it again. If you like the what is it, Force Unleashed, this is kind of it. Force Unleashed-ish a little bit, maybe a little bit. Pretty cool game. All right, the next thing I'm gonna show you is my Xbox 360 games. I bought a console and a bunch of games, and the guy threw this in there, and I decided to keep it because I was curious about it. It's supposed to be a fantastic RPG. I'm not really into RPGs that much, but sometimes, you know, some games I do like, and the discs are in mint condition, so this is going into the collection. This next one I got for my wife for $1, and hopefully she'll start using it because she's into fitness and all that, and I know these can be pretty extensive and exhausting, so maybe she'll have some fun and get in shape with this. And I have a really cool white Kinect with a white Xbox Slim, so I'll hook that up for her and she'll have some fun. This next game I decided to hold on to because I believe I bought some DLC for it back in the day, and I might want to go back and just play it. It was a fun game back in the day, and I'm also going to go through the campaigns. I have it for PS3, but I would definitely like to go into the maps, and if I paid for them on this, I'm not going to go rebuy the maps on PS3. It's a waste of money. So I'm holding on to this because of the DLC that I purchased, or pretty sure that I purchased. And I also got this, which is Halo 2, and it's the limited edition steel case, and it's in really good condition. There's only one dent, but the disc is in fantastic condition, and I didn't have it, so I bought it. So yeah, there you go, Halo 2. And then I got the Halo 3 steel case, which I was really excited about until I found out that the main disc is missing, as you can see. So I'll be hunting down that disc, I'm sure, at some point, and I'll find it. I'm sure I'd get it for super cheap if I really wanted to online. Halo's not expensive by any means. And the next game I got was Sniper Ghost Warrior. It got some decent reviews, and I like playing sniper games. I prefer stealth and shooting people from afar than running up and blasting everybody. I think it's a lot more fun to try to be sneaky, so I think I'll enjoy this game. I'll let you guys know what I think. And then I should have showed you this one before that one, but whatever. It's Halo 3 Essentials. And it looks like, I haven't popped it in yet, but it looks like there's the games on here, and then there's a lot of extras, so it's something different, so I held on to this as well. Yeah. And the next thing that I got, this was a really like a big bonus for me, and I was super surprised. I collect the Splinter Cells, and I have all of them on PS3, and I came across this one, and I was like, why does that not look familiar to me? And it turns out that they only made this on Xbox 360, and I didn't even know it. So, surprisingly, the disc is in mint condition, so I'm really happy. And when I start playing through the Splinter Cells, I'll be playing this as well. This is supposed to be actually one of the more fun games to play. So if you have a 360, I definitely suggest you pick it up, because they changed up the gameplay a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Splinter Cell, pretty cool. Alright, the next ones I'm going to show you is my PS3 collection. And the first three of these, I already have these games, but I'm keeping them for the case. And the reason being is that sometimes those GameStop stickers are terrible and you can't really peel them off, and you damage the case trying to peel them. So I'm holding onto these so I can replace them as needed. I'm going to actually go through my collection and try to find them, and then just get rid of the ones that are damaged from stupid GameStop stickers. The next game I got which I think the reviews weren't all that great, but sometimes I like games that other people don't, and I paid $1 for it. And that's Pirates of the Caribbean at the World's End. And I mean, you get to be Jack Sparrow, so it's got to be worth $1 to be Jack Sparrow, at least for a minute. Alright, the next game I got was Dark Void. It was on my list. You get to fly around. The only thing is that you have to use the 6-axis to fly. And I heard it kind of sucks. But I figure, you know, for $1, might as well hold on to it. It did get some good reviews, so it's kind of like one of those hidden gem games that people talk about. So the next one I got is Fracture. And this is a third-person game where you can raise the floor, you can have it cave in on people, and it kind of changes the gameplay. They were trying to do something different, and it was supposed to be a decent game, so I added that to my collection. And I'm really getting into driving games. I'm a big fan of Need for Speed. I wanted to see what other people, you know, take on racing games were, especially the street stuff. So I held on to this one, Midnight Club Los Angeles, and it's in fantastic condition. I'm really excited to add this one to my collection and play it at some point. And lastly, for a PS3, I got the Castlevania Lord of Shadow collection. And believe it or not, this is the 4th time I bought this. The first time I had it, I had the Lord of the Shadow, and then I found out they had the collection, which had Mirror of Fate DLC. And the one I had gotten, the DLC was cashed in. So I bought one of these online, brand new sealed, and found out that the DLC from overseas doesn't work with our DLC. So I wound up selling that, or actually sending it back. And then I bought this one, because I got the steel case and liked it so much, I bought this one used, knowing the DLC was used. And then I just got the DLC online and paid for it. So paid a little more than you normally would, but I got the cool DLC case, and I also have Lord of the Shadow 2 as well. So right now I'm playing Mirror of Fate, and it's a fantastic game. I have played some of this. It's pretty hard, but it's definitely a fun game. If you like Castlevania stuff, it's not the side-scroller game, but it has a good story, and it's pretty neat. Alright, now we're going to move on to some Nintendo stuff. I have Luigi, Super Luigi U, and I have this sealed, but now this is an open version that I can play until I'm done with it. And then when I'm done with it, I can get rid of it, and I can keep the sealed one and the sealed one. Or I may hang on to this. From my understanding, there's a limited run on these, so these will start going in value. So I'm probably going to hold on to it. I have 2 copies of it. The next one I got is DuckTales for the Wii U. I have it for PS3, well, had it for PS3, and I was excited to buy it. I was waiting for this game to come out, and then my friend ruined it for me and asked me why I was playing a Nintendo game on the PlayStation 3. I should be playing it on the Nintendo. Shame on me. So, ruined it for me, couldn't even open it, it was sealed. I bought this instead. This is in mint condition. I got it from GameStop. I paid $16 for it. I sold the PS3 version for like more than that, so I mean, I traded a new game for a used game, but now I get to play it on its rightful console where it belongs, on the Nintendo. And speaking of Nintendo, one of my main goals is to build my collection for GameCube. And I had a rough start in the so far. GameCube games were really scarce, and then I came across a couple games. I got Mario Golf to start, and I also got Simpsons, but this is one of the ones that I got this month, and I bought it for less than $7, even though there's a $7 tag there. So I started out with Mario Golf. I'm not a big fan of golf games, but I mean, come on, it's Mario Golf. You know it's going to be different and fun. So I got that, and then I was so desperate to get a GameCube game because I was really sucking that I bought this one, and I got this in a bundle, and I paid almost retail for it. Not quite. I did get a good deal, but I got a GameCube game, and then funny thing is, the very next house around the corner on the other side at a community garage sale got this one, Wind Waker. Now this I got a great deal. I paid $15, and I think the game retails for like $45 or something like that. So that was a great deal. Kind of balanced out for Sunshine that day, and I was pretty happy. And then I'm not sure if it was the same weekend. I believe it was a different weekend. The next weekend, I got a pretty decent GameCube score, but a lot of the games I didn't want to keep. But the most important thing that I got out of it, which I already had an Indigo GameCube, but this one was much better conditioned than the one that I was holding on to. And it came with the fancy case, so I decided to hold on to it. As you can see, it's got a pretty cool case. It's got a place to put all your stuff in there. And then inside of it, I've got the GameCube, and I've got the controllers, and it's complete. It's in fantastic condition, and it came with a little matching disc, so when you're on the go you can throw all these in there and you can go. And out of the stack of games that I got, these are the ones that didn't have a case, and that would be WarioWare Incorporated, and these discs are in mint condition, and then there's Soul Calibur 2 is in here as well. So I'll have to hunt down cases for those, but I'm definitely keeping those in my collection. And I also got Mario Party 4. It's missing the manual, so I have to hunt that down. And I got Tony Hawk Skater 3 and Mario Kart Double Dash, missing the main game, but I held on to the case because the case is in very good condition, and the manual's alright, but I figure I'll either get another complete one of these or I'll run across the disc. Even if I find another complete one of these, I can always resell this. Someone will buy it, I guarantee it. So that was pretty cool. And that concludes my GameCube stuff. And then the last two things that I'm going to show you is a little bit of swag that I got from GameStop. I got the South Park Stick of Truth box, and it's taped on the other side, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use the tape and stick it on my wall anyways, or actually above on my cabinet. And then I got Infamous Second Son. It's kind of cool how they do the both sides. And I think I'm going to try to get a couple more of these. They're really neat. They're just different, and these games are pretty decent. I think I have dibs on the Destiny one, and there's another one that I have dibs on up there as well. So anyways, this is my collection that I got. These are the things that made it into my collection. The retro stuff is, I'm going to start collecting the retro when I get more towards the end of the season, just because I know that I'm going to get a lot more retro stuff between now and the end of garage sale season. So it's just too early for me to really get serious about grabbing those games. Alright, and other than that, if you liked my video, please click like and let me know. That way I know you liked it. And also subscribe if you want to see more of what I have to do. I keep saying I have more stuff in the making, but I've decided I'm really going to reserve that stuff for when garage sale season ends, because where I live, it's seasonal, it's not all year long. So I got to keep you guys entertained in between, and I have some stuff that I'll be doing for you. So just keep an eye on my channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.